so all could see and witness the changing of leadership. This symbolic tradition has survived throughout military history. The modern ceremony continues to announce to all the authority of the incoming commander in the finest of military traditions. Today, the reins of responsibility and leadership for the 944th Fighter Wing will pass from Colonel Mark Van Brunt to Colonel Todd Riddle. The guidon bearer is the 944th Fighter Wing Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Carrie Contreras. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of ruffles and flourishes, the singing of our national anthem, and the invocation.
Hard. Halt. Halt. Present. Halt. Colors turn. March.
If it is your desire, please join me for a moment of prayer. God in heaven, thank you for blessing us with a wonderful day to have this change of command ceremony. We thank you for choosing leaders with integrity who ably command remarkably airmen. We ask for your blessing upon Colonel Mark Smash Van Brunt and Colonel Todd Riddle as they pass between them to guide them. Thank you for the leadership of Colonel Van Brunt. You imparted him with grace, honor, strength, and wisdom to command the 944th Fighter Wing to fly and fight and win. Seeing him through challenging times like deployments in the pandemic. Thank you for the love and support of his family, Laura, Claire, and Cecilia. We are grateful and wish him well now that he has finished his last mount up. If Smash's last flight, he'll no longer go Zoom, flying his fighter jet to go sonic boom. He commanded ready airmen to forge toward the fight, prepared to show the world our 944 might. Now he'll fly to London and to South Sydney, on a mission flying souls without pulling G, along with Slipper, go gate to gate, passing rid of the guidon so he can regulate. Thank you for blessing us with the arrival of our new commander, Colonel Riddle. Direct him as he leads our wing to new heights of excellence. As you did with Colonel Van Brunt, grant him an abundance of grace, honor, strength, and wisdom. Give us the commitment to serve Colonel Riddle well. Thank you for the love and support of his family, Sarah, Jenna, Jake, and Trevor. Thank you for the blessing of redeeming love that only comes from you. Continue to impart us the capability to unfold the full potential of our 944th Fighter. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Honor Guard, Major Mike Selfridge, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem, and Chaplain Morante for your inspirational words and that little rap there. That was pretty good. We would like to take this opportunity to welcome the many distinguished guests and honored visitors joining us today. Please hold your applause until all guests have been introduced. Accompanying Colonel Van Brunt is his wife Laura, daughters Cecilia and Claire. Unfortunately, Claire is unable to join us today, and his parents, Tom and Sandy Van Brunt. Accompanying Colonel Riddle is his wife Sarah, his daughter Jenna, and sons Jake and Trevor. His parents, Dr. Brad and Judy Riddle, his brother, Dr. Eric Riddle, and his sister Bethany Stantz, who unfortunately is unable to join us today as well. Also in attendance today is the Mayor, City of Buckeye, Mr. Eric Osborne, former Mobilization Assistant to the United States Air Force Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations, Major General Retired Brian Morgan, the Command Chief, 10th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Christopher Bluto, the Command Chief, 56th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Jason Schaefer, former Command Chief, 10th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Retired Jeremy Malcolm, accompanied by his wife Tracy, former Command Chief, 944th Fighter Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Retired Erin Buchanan, accompanied by her husband Arden. Honorary Commander to the 944th Fighter Wing Commander, Scott Apple. Honorary Commander to the 944th Fighter Wing Deputy Commander, Dr. Douglas Sandman, accompanied by his wife Erin. Honorary Commander to the 944th Fighter Wing Command Chief, Pat Hanks. The President and CEO, Fighter Country Foundation, Mr. Ron Seitz. Finally, we would like to welcome all of the group and squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, Fighter Country Foundation and Blue Blazer team members, Lockheed Martin team members, present and former honorary commanders, family members, wing members, and all other distinguished guests in attendance today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 10th Air Force, Brigadier General Regina Sabric.
Good morning. What a great day to be here for Drill Weekend and a change of command. I told these guys in the back, I'm like, something always goes wrong. Obviously, I led off with that. Doesn't send the cue coming in, so there we go. All right, it's great to be back at Luke today, and it's an honor for me to be here to officiate the change of command of the 944th Fighter Wing. Thanks for joining us today. I'd also like to echo my welcome to the Van Brunt and the Riddle family, to Snatcher's family, Laura and Cecilia. I know Sarah can't be here. Dad and Mom, Riddler's family, Sarah, Jen, Jake, and Trevor, parents, Dr. Brad and Judy, brother, Dr. Eric and Jen, and then your sister who can't be here, Bethany. Thanks for joining us, and a huge extension to all the local officials and distinguished visitors today, General Morgan as well. Most importantly, though, to the men and women of the 944th, thanks for joining us today, as this is a big deal for your wing as we change the guidon to your new commander. Also to the 56 Fighter Wing TFI partners, Chief Schaefer, I know Ox isn't here today, but thanks for joining us today, and for all the 56 teams as well, as we just take part in this. Obviously, it's a big TFI effort here. So Chief Bluto and I would also like to thank everybody who put this together. It doesn't go off with a hitch. You guys had a great event yesterday, which was awesome. It's awesome to see the jets outside today. So awesome job by the Honor Guard. One of a kind invocation. That was awesome. Protocol and everybody who made this work today. Thanks for doing that. Fantastic team, and thanks to all. So the 944th was activated as a fighter group on July 1st, 1987. As a group, it was the first Air Force Reserve or Guard unit to ever duel with the MiG-29, and then on October 1994, it became a wing. Today, the fighter wing has over 2,500 personnel, making up the Air Force Reserve's largest F-16, A-10, F-15E, F-35 training wing, with its geographically separated units in Holloman, DN, Seymour, and obviously here. I've witnessed firsthand your amazing people and the capabilities you have and what you do with your mission. The Reserve Citizen Airmen of the 944th have continually provided combat-ready airmen for our nation's defense. You're the best of the nation, and I appreciate your dedication to your mission and your countless service for you and your families. You balance that and are always ready if we need you when you're called upon. You're here for the nation, and you continue to be. So please keep it up and keep your foot on the gas. Letting go of the guidon is hard at changes of command. There's so much to do, so much work to be done, and you never leave feeling satisfied. There's always one more section to visit, one more airman to talk to, and one more team to recognize. But inevitably, we must change command. Joining me on stage today are two of our best leaders who have risen to earn the privilege to command at the wing level. The selection process is demanding, and it's a testament to their character, ability, and resilience. Smash, you've led your team well for nearly 3 years now. A clear indication of how you've leveraged your distinguished career is reflected upon by the success of this wing. The mission of this outstanding wing is to forge combat airmen to fly, fight, and win. As you battled through COVID, your team didn't miss a beat, providing continuous operations around the globe. Your caring and personable servant leadership amplified the 944's ability to conduct operations anywhere in the environment. Between your wing's ops tempo to individual awards of your airmen, you have advocated your family and your airmen and their families personally, and always speak so highly of them and the accomplishments that they've done. Under your command, the wing deployed the Spartan Shield, Inherent Resolve, multiple steady-state deployments. Members of the 944th participated in no less than 11 major exercises in 2023 alone. You activated the 52nd Fighter Squadron, ran the Belgian F-35 bed down, and trained countless F-35 and CAF pilots for the Air Force. As a result, you brought home numerous and well-deserved recognitions for the members of the 944th. This clearly shows that you've done an exceptional job, not only for 10th, but within the Air Force Reserve and the Air Force as a whole. In a few moments, you'll pass the guidon, our symbol of organizational identity, Commander Riddler. When you do, know that you've done a good job, you've run a good race, the wing is in phenomenal shape and well postured for Riddler for future operations. Well done, enjoy some time off and have time with the family, and thank you. Riddler, welcome to the best job you are ever going to have. I guarantee you, it's way better than your last job in the Pentagon. And it's much better to see you on a flight line in the E-ring. So enjoy every moment of it. One of the great opportunities I have as the 10th Air Force Commander is to hand the guidon to great leaders like you, and then get out of your way and watch you lead. You've had tremendous success in your career, and you started back in ROTC in Nebraska. We can talk football later. You've had a lot of unique opportunities, serving over 9 years in the active duty, mostly in the A-10, and then also the F-35 now here at Luke. You come over to the 944th not only with credibility as a fighter pilot, but as a leader. When you came over to the reserve, you continued to make a difference, whether it was in the 442nd Fighter Wing, as a SecDef fellow, or your time in the Pentagon as the exec to the CAF or the RA to the A3. As you've now been here for about 6 months, I'm glad you got to dive in and see the great work of the men and women of the 944th that you're about to lead. The 944th is running well, for which you've already played an important role. I challenge you to make it better. Your team is ready. They are the epitome of service before self, and they're always there, and I have no doubt you will lead them well. To Sarah, to Jen, and Jake, and Trevor, thank you for your continued service and allowing your husband and your dad to continue his leadership journey. It may not seem like a lot now, or even 6 months from now, but it'll go by fast. We'll require a good portion of his time, and for that I'll apologize in advance. He'll be busy, but I did tell him this morning he needs to learn how to balance that with you guys. So thank you. This is a team effort. It's not just him up on stage, it's your success as well. So thanks, he couldn't do it without you. In closing, Chief Pluto and I would like to thank all of you for taking part in this ceremony. It's a great day for the 944th, and let's start the next chapter of the 944th, first by giving Colonel Van Brunt his LOM, and then we'll do the change of command. Thanks.
and gentlemen, please rise as General Sabric will now present Colonel Van Brunt with the Legion of Merit Medal.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Act of Congress, July 20th, 1942, has awarded the Legion of Merit to Colonel Mark D. Van Brunt from 3 June 2021 to 30 March 2024. Colonel Mark D. Van Brunt distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 944th Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, from 3 June 2021 to 30 March 2024. As commander of the largest and most diverse fighter wing, Colonel Van Brunt planned, coordinated, and directed operations and resources for over 1,900 personnel across 5 groups, 4 geographically separated units, and 19 squadrons, while being directly responsible for planning, resource management, and execution of the wing's $110 million budget. Colonel Van Brunt led Air Force Reserve Command Associate units responsible for F-35, F-16, F-15E, and A-10 formal training unit operations and maintenance, supporting Air Education and Training Command and Air Combat Command student pilot production for the United States Air Force, Air Force Reserve, Air National Guard, and other participating nations. Colonel Van Brunt oversaw creation of the Partner Intelligent Formal Training Unit, training Norway, Italy, Denmark, and the Netherlands intel officers, thus ensuring the global F-35 community operates at a common baseline. During his tenure, he effectively and efficiently utilized limited resources, manpower, and funding to adapt and overcome unprecedented challenges, allowing the wing to meet highly demanding home station and deployed mission requirements, garnering an overall effective rating during the 944th Fighter Wing's 2022 Unit Effectiveness Inspection. In response to senior military leadership's direction to be ready now, transform for the future, and prepare to fight in a contested environment, Colonel Van Brunt oversaw the execution of Exercise Desert Hammer to open, defend, and sustain an airfield with minimal support and preparation. By directing the design, budget, strategic objectives, and cross-functional goals of the exercise, he enabled the wing to execute the largest exercise in Arizona and the very end Goldwater Range's history. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Van Brunt culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present the Commander, 944th Fighter Wing, Colonel Mark Van Brunt.
For just a few moments, hopefully. All right, welcome, and thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Big day for Colonel Riddle and his family as he goes through that as we transition. I want to say thank you. We're getting somewhere back here in the background, running around. Thank you for putting this together. Elizabeth, thank you. Lieutenant Colonel Select, you're awesome. Michaela, thank you for you guys running this as well. PA team, Gordon, your team, thank you. Ron, your protocol, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing that. And we'll hit a couple other folks here before I get here. Thank you for coming out as always. Archer Ragsdale, Tuskegee Airmen, you guys are awesome, thank you. If any of you guys in here, especially young folks, find these 3 men in red coats and come talk to them. They got great stories, great history, they're great human beings and Americans. Come find them and talk to them. So talk to them. Fire Country Foundation, Ron, thank you. Thanks for all your support. Jazz, thanks for coming out. Thanks for everything that you do for this entire wing base. What you do down there at the Bering Corridor Range, it's awesome. I'm glad that you let us take part of your airfield for a little bit and run an exercise, which is like, what is this crazy 06 doing? So thank you, I appreciate that. You're awesome. CT, that's not here, I don't see him, but what he does too with the community initiatives is awesome. Let's see here. I will go going down here. So, to you guys, 56 Spider Wing, Oxford, you might run in here eventually, depending on how it goes, but the best hands down TFI relationship in the Air Force, I throw down there. And it's your guys' leadership. So, Jason, you're awesome. Scout, looking forward to seeing what you do here. He's coming up in the future as well, but thank you for what you do. To Freddie and Ox, I can't ask for better partners that we have for commanders. Those guys are awesome. The support that they give up to the half level, asking the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, how do we get more 944th members? How do I get more support for them? There's not many other wing commanders out there pushing for TFI as much as those two guys have been. So I thank you for it. You guys are awesome, great teammates. And the rest of you that showed up and seen a couple here, thank you guys for coming out on a Saturday to spend it with us. I appreciate it. Coach, it's been awesome. It's been a fun 4 or 5 years now. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your mentorship and leadership. You're a great man. Hopefully, great man. So thank you. Board, thanks for hiring me. This is welcome layout, and trust me as we do that as we go through. To my front office and all my folks, so I'll just hit it to Double, Hack, Slip, Pixie, Carrie, Terry, who's not here, Jeff. They ran the wing, right? I just got to stand out in front and go, but I really want to thank you guys for all that you do. You guys are all awesome. I couldn't have done it without you, and you guys made it easy for me, so I really appreciate that. I'll come over here because I almost forgot about my change of command the first time, so I'll make sure I hit this as well. Laura is not here. Cecilia, thank you for joining me on this journey. It's almost over, but I couldn't have done the past almost 26 years without your love and support throughout this whole thing. To the girls, thank you for dealing with all the moves. I'm sorry Claire is not here, but I moved her 6 times in high school. She lets me know that every now and then, so I'm trying not to do that anymore. It wasn't a good move. Don't fall that way. But she's doing awesome there at Clemson, and Cecilia, I can't wait to run around with horses and more goers. So yeah, looking forward to it. Mom and Dad, thank you for the love and support and being here. Appreciate you. It's been, following your lead. You taught us, both my brother and I, about the military and how to grow up and how to both in it. And it's been a great journey, and I thank you for that. So thank you for being here, and love you guys. I'll let you guys in a second. Jeannie, Doug, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. The Booster Club, as a wing, they support our wing so much. So thank you for your friendship. We're down the road, so I can hang out as well. But thank you for everything that you've done for all these airmen in here. It's amazing what you do. So thank you for that. To the rest of the honorees, civic leaders, thank you for coming out. I appreciate the support. I asked this group of honorees to dig in and just show up and be present and do things. Where's Susan Patterson? Is she here? Yeah, no, she can't. All right, there you go. You see this big, beautiful flag behind me? This was her. So we had an F-16 do an engine run back here, and I ripped up our flag a while ago. And it turns out that we don't have much money to go buy things. And she's like, I can't take it anymore. And she got our current class of honorees from 23, basically. She ran them all up, ran it through the Booster Club. And this flag is all the work that she did. And I think it looks amazing. Chris, Scott, thank you for being my honorees over the last 4 years. I don't think Jake's here. Pete, my old honorary, Jake from Homestead, and then Pete came out yesterday. Thank you for that. I don't see Harry or Shaq. You guys are here somewhere in the back. There you are. Thanks for coming out, brother. I appreciate it. All right, that was a lot. To the men and women of Line 44, I just want to say thanks. You look out at the 4 airframes right here. It's amazing what this wing does as you guys forge and fight. You guys are awesome. You made my job super easy. You made it really easy to go up there and tell your story and advocate for you as you go out. What I appreciate is the fact that how much you guys try to get out for readiness. Most people up at Africa look at us as a training wing. We're not a training wing. We got almost 500 UTCs and folks that go out the door, and you guys are gearing up for an RCP here that's going to happen in the next year and a half. So we're a combat wing. I don't care what the rest of the people pull it out for says. We're coming back when you guys get out there, all right? And I challenge you that it gets out there as much as you do. That exercise desert hammer that we pulled off, we don't have the resources for that. And you guys pulled it off with a vision as you do that. Slip and I, we walked away from that thing as two proud papas, and we were like, that's like our Super Bowl. Drop the mic and we're done. Looking forward to seeing what Fiddler does with it next year as we go through. But you guys are ready. I've always challenged you guys to be empowered to run with scissors. We haven't broken anything yet, so I'll just ask you to run harder and see what you can do and keep doing it. Keep finding ways to think outside the container, get after training and get after readiness. And you guys are going to do awesome in the hands of Colonel Riddle as he goes through. Sarah, welcome. Congrats to the family. Congrats. It's going to be a great ride. It's a lot of fun. But I think we'll get back quick. But congratulations, you guys are ready. George, I think you did. Thank you for coming out here and doing this change of command for us and allowing me to lead here in the last couple of months. I appreciate it. All right, that's longer than I said I was going to talk. I got one thing that I want to make sure I do though, because Carrie over here, she's been trying. She wanted to make sure she had something as an initial gift as we go through. So we had to change it a little bit before. There's the time. So you keep this to make sure you understand that she has your back. There is no punishment too high for you as you go through. Guys, it's been amazing. 2 years and 8 months. It's been an honor. It's been humbling to lead this wing. It's been an honor to be here and serve with you all. And I just really appreciate your friendship and working with you. I look forward to see what you guys do in the future. Thank you.
At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Wild Bill Gentleman will render the final salute to Colonel Van Brunt as the commander of the 944th Fighter Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we invite Brigadier General Sabric and Colonel Riddle to join Colonel Van Brunt at center stage, where command of the 944th Fighter Wing will be formally passed from Colonel Van Brunt to Colonel Riddle. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Special Order G-24-02, under the provisions of the Air Force Instruction 51-509. Colonel Mark Van Brunt relinquishes command of the 944th Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona. Effective 3 February 2024, Colonel Todd Riddle assumes command of the 944th Fighter Wing, Luke Air Force Base, Arizona, by direction of Brigadier General Regina Sabric, Commander, 10th Air Force. Pleasure to introduce the commander, 944th Fighter Wing, Colonel Todd Riddle.
But I get the mic at the end. And there's going to be a zinger or two. The VIPs here at the 944th, give me just a moment for welcomes and thank yous. And you're the people I need to talk to, and excited to have this opportunity to meet together. So, my wife and I, when we had got here a couple of months ago, visited Prescott, and as we were walking through the streets there is a dish rag there that you can buy in one of the kitschy shops, and the dish rag says, "Behind every great man stands a great woman rolling her eyes." We should have bought two. So, thank you to my wife and my family for being here today, and I think the great woman rolling her eyes is probably the only thing that I've ever said that Pixie agrees with. So, to my thanks. So, General Sabric, thank you for being here, ma'am. And I thank you for letting me reach escape velocity. I think we both look happier and healthier, not in the E-ring of the Pentagon. So a much more pleasant place. It's great to have you here. To my friends at 56, Chief Schaefer, Scout, thanks for the wonderful welcome that you've provided. I truly believe we've got the greatest TFI relationship in the Air Force. I love the passion that you bring for the mission. I love seeing Scout nerd out on his graphs. I appreciate the passion you have for your people and how serious you take that, but the wisdom to not take yourselves too seriously and the maturity that comes with that. So thank you so much. To General Morgan, who came out and welcomed me back from my very first combat sortie in 2002 and back in Afghanistan. Thank you, sir, for being a lifelong friend. He didn't have any hair back then either. It's good to see you here, sir. And I'd like to say thanks to Smash and Slip. I gotta tell you, it's a little intimidating to come here with these incredibly gifted, combat-decorated fighter pilots who are twice as smart as I am and twice as tall. And everyone's all sad to see them leave, and these giant, intimidating humans, I'm kind of ready for you to go ahead and go. I think Colonel Trujillo feels the same way. Get together, man. I'll share this stool.
Where were you last month?
And to the families, thank you for sharing your husband. So I'm going to take just a moment that you don't typically do at a change of command, but we have two great warrior heroes retiring. And I want to say thank you to them in a very unique way. So if we could just recognize what they've done and tell them thank you together. A combined 52 years of service, which is amazing because they're only 29 years old, but 52 years of service, 7,697 fighter hours, 11 air medals, 2 combat action medals, 2 combat mission readiness medals, a distinguished flying cross with valor, and a bronze star. Can we tell them thanks? So, thanks for your service, Jim. Appreciate it. And thank you to the wives who made that sacrifice. I see a couple eyeball rolls down here, perhaps. I know they tell you they're awesome, and they genuinely are, but most fighter pilots don't need to be told. To the 944th, I'm honored to have an opportunity to serve you. I think very briefly, one of the things I was able to learn at the Pentagon, other than please say yes every time you're offered that opportunity. You don't need to go there. But I think the thing I learned is the detachment, the difficulty of the detachment from a background paper that has crisp, black, 12-point Times New Roman font, and the policies and the fingers that are pointed different directions, and all of the mass of humans and families and birthdays and Christmases and mission sets that emerge and get changed and shifted beneath that. And that's difficult to maintain that connectivity to those policymakers. And so in a time when General Healy tells us, hey, let's be ready now for war and transform from ill-defined, undefined future that we don't know what that looks like. So I think the question for us as a family is, how are we going to respond and react to those things? It's very difficult to know, hey, let's hit the next pitch when we don't know what that pitch might be, and it might be a bad one. So how do we determine and decide, how do we hit the pitch hard? And I think we lean on our culture. And a couple of things I've noted about our culture here that I want to be able to see us protect and continue is a degree of grit and grace. And grace might sound like a funny word, something you might hear in a church. But grit, we know how to do the mission. These jets testify to us knowing how to do the mission. We are exceptional at training the world's greatest fighter pilots. We are exceptional at getting ready to go to war. We don't even know what ASTAP is, and we have already fielded it once. All right, our MSG, our aeromedical squadrons, they are ready for their next opportunity to go downrange and be the tippy point of the spear. We get the grit part, we get the mission part. The part that I think we need to prepare for together is we're not sure what radical change and transforming for the future means as we face divestment or reorganization, or what does that mean? So that's where the word grace in my mind matters. I want you to know that when you wear this patch and you wear this uniform, you are a part of our family. We are in this together. And what matters is you need to know that you are more valuable simply than what you produce. As an Air Force that needs you to produce, we need you to be excellent We expect that of you. We hired you. In the reserves, we are fortunate to get to handpick you, so you will continue to produce. But what I want us to understand is that you are a part of this family. You are ours. You belong to us. And I want you to be at your best, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I want you in your family to excel. I love knowing that there's one of the commanders out here whose team is the Lions, and I knew while they were losing that he was disappointed. I knew my friend, his family had a swim meet that day. I want us to get beyond professional cordiality to say, hey man, difficult things might be coming, but we are going to go through this. We're going to do life together. And that's a degree of grace that I think makes this kind of fraternity of arms unique. And so when we need to bring out every last drip of jet fuel and every bomb and every minute on every sortie because it's a difficult, ill-defined physical condition, I want you to know that you are worth more than simply what I can squeeze out of you. The reserves are great at making a long win. We love the long-range plans. We're in this for life together, and we want to see you at your best. All right, and it is my goal to endeavor to continue to have a degree of grit that knows how to fly fighter jets, and a degree of grace that says we are here to serve our people because you matter. You wear our patch. We're in this together. And so I'm honored to have the opportunity for us to continue to forge and fight together here in the 944th. And it's my honor to serve you here on this stool. And tell you that I hope I'm worthy of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Riddle. Ladies and gentlemen, as a symbol of loyalty and respect on behalf of the 944th Fighter Wing, Lieutenant Colonel Gentleman will render the first salute to our new standard. Thank you. At this time, we ask that you please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and remain standing for the departure of the official party.